On the last adjourned date, I was the lead counsel to Justice Crack. And we know the effort we've made so far to see that we get justice for Justice Crack. I remember I was the one that wrote to the Minister of Justice to discontinue this matter. I, alongside Mr. Mole Showere and some comrades, met with the Minister of Justice, the DPPF, and the PAMSEC of the Ministry of Justice to see that we get justice for Justice Crack. We followed up on this matter for quite a while. But unfortunately in court today, another lawyer, who obviously was my far junior, appeared in court and said he has instructions of some persons to lead or to represent Justice Crack. And I said, well, that's okay. You know, he has a right to representation. Okay. I said, that's okay. He has a right to representation. But I've been hearing, you know, some rumors. Although he never approached me before the court proceedings commenced. He waited till the moment of appearance to say that if another lawyer is in a matter and I intend to proceed to take over such a matter, the duty of me is to approach that other lawyer and say, I have instructions of so and so to proceed with this matter. I didn't just come into this matter on my own sole motive. It was the wife of Justice Crack that reached out to me to represent her husband when the husband was seized in Abuja here. It was on that basis that I took up this matter pro bono. I have never taken a kobo from anybody in respect of this matter. I have defended Justice Crack from day one at the risk and expense of my life and liberty, free of charge. I have filed matters in this case free of charge. For most of the high-profile cases you see that I do in Abuja today, I do them pro bono. They don't pay me. So I had a vacation till the end of this month, but I cut the vacation short on account of this case. I came back to Nigeria for this matter. But when he did not approach me. He just stood up in court and appeared and announced his appearance. And he just said, this is not the procedure. The last time Marshal led these proceedings, according to legal standard, this is not the procedure. The last time it was Marshal that led in these proceedings. Why are we having it here today? He said he has instruction of some persons to appear for the defendant. And I told the judge, he just said, well, Marshal, now you have a choice. Are you going to withdraw your appearance, which is the normal thing to do in such a matter? And I said, well, my lord, in view of what has transpired, I respectfully withdraw my appearance with my colleague who appeared with me. And once you withdraw an appearance in a matter, the consequential orders must be made, which includes every process you file in that matter goes with it.
Can I ask you one question, sir?
Yes.
Okay. According to what you have said now, you've told us that most of the cases that you follow is based on humanitarian services.
Purely humanitarian.
Okay. Now, if actually you're doing humanitarian service to Justice Crack, understand the circumstances and allow the case to continue based on humanitarian.
The case continued. The judge.
No, I mean the bail argument today.
The bail argument wouldn't have proceeded. The procedure is this: once a judge withdraws his appearance in a matter, the applications filed thereto, they go with it. So the court simply said, having withdrawn your appearance, your applications goes.
Okay, sorry, sir. So now,
and that was the right.
All the effort that you've been working for the past weeks has been aborted. So now we are starting afresh.
Nothing has been aborted. The court was gracious enough to hold.
Withdrawn from the case officially?
No, officially I've withdrawn from the court proceedings. It doesn't mean we will not continue agitations for Justice Crack's release.
Sorry, sir. It simply means since you decided to withdraw today, it means we have to start afresh again with the bail condition or the bail agreement. I don't know the legal term that you use.
There is no such thing as start de
Can
novo.
we continue from where you stopped?
The matter continues. As a matter of fact, the court clearly stated it in court that upon what happened today in court, that in view of the withdrawal of Marshal, based on the application of the other lawyer, that it simply means they have to file a new fresh bill application, which is the natural thing.
I know you will not tell us, but I think it is humanly right to ask the question. Do you have any tips from anywhere or anybody advise you against the case and all that, so that we should know where I'm? I know you will not tell us.
I was in Europe yesterday.
Okay.
I cut short my stay in Europe yesterday to come back to Nigeria for this case. If I have an interest in this matter, I will not be in Nigeria today. If I have a contrary interest in this matter, I will not stand in court to move the bill application in court today. They never even served the counter on us. They just showed me in court, and I was telling the judge that, Your Lordship, despite the failure to serve the counter, we still intend to proceed because we believe that we can make arguments. Sure. I'm not withdrawing from the. I'm withdrawing from the case as the lead counsel in this matter. Yes. But what we're saying is this: I was informed. There are so many behind the scenes. I think principally what necessitated today's dichotomy as far as legal representation is concerned. I think it's just the anger with VDM, and it's quite unfortunate. I often tell people, those of us in the left, we are very few. We're endangered. It does not serve any judicial purpose to see that the people who are endangered are fighting amongst themselves. We have a bigger and a major enemy, which is the Nigerian state that has decided to ensure that in this country, democracy does not strive, the freedom and liberty of Nigerians are not respected. This is the bigger, major foe we are confronted with. And as a person, I often insist that
Nigerians are concerned about the fact.
When I'm done, you ask questions. You don't ask questions when I'm talking. That it does not serve any purpose to see that leftists, either mild leftists or hardcore leftists or revolutionary leftists, are fighting needless fight. What is the basis of these altercations and fight? That VDM decided to ventilate a grievance against the person who has offended him. And some persons felt he shouldn't have gone that route. If one of you decided to ventilate his grievances in a particular manner you're not comfortable with, the right thing to do is to reach out to such a person and say, comrade, why not resolve it in this other manner? And I told them clearly that time when this thing transpired that you do not cut off your nose in order to spite. Why do they even make that proverb? But however that proverb is being made, you do not fight your friends in the presence of your enemy and fight him to finish and diminish him or destroy him. So it was on that basis of this conflict of interest, making a mountain out of a molehill, that warranted today's episode in court. But on a personal note, I do not hold grudges and I do not have any personal grievances against anybody. I was willing and ready to proceed with the matter today, even despite failure to serve a counter. But upon the decision of some of our comrades to ensure that another lawyer comes to proceed, I willfully withdrew my appearance, and the court decided to strike out the bill application that we filed so that a new one can be filed and they can proceed on Monday. As far as this matter is concerned, we still want justice for Justice Crack. We're not relenting on the agitations that Justice Crack must be freed. He's one of us, he's our brother, he's our comrade, and we are concerned about his liberty, and that must be ensured.
At least by now your exposition is very, very clear.